A state intervention plan for Memphis Shelby County Schools was put on hold just hours after it was passed in the House and Senate last week. Today, we're sitting down with the two lawmakers behind the plan to figure out what happened and what's next for the school district. State Representative Mark White and State Senator Brent Taylor are here. Gentlemen, glad to have you back on the 3 p.m. Good to see you. How have you been?
Doing great.
Good, good. Mark, let's start with you. I think the assumption was for a lot of folks in Memphis and Shelby County, or maybe statewide, that this was a done deal, the intervention bill. What happened?
Right. Well, first of all, let everybody know that the bills in both houses, the Senate and the House, did pass, and the bills are alive and well. At the last minute, whenever we were trying to come to a compromise, we thought about this forensic audit. Now, the state put $6 million in for a forensic audit for our Memphis Shelby County schools, and we didn't want to compromise anything and weaken the bill because we are going to be moving through this summer and this fall, and the bills are alive and well, and we're going to keep moving forward with them.
So, Brent, how do you see this, especially as we put the focus on that $6 million forensic audit? What maybe guidelines can that maybe give you folks?
Well, I think it will actually inform us on how best to merge the bills together, because had Representative White and I worked in literally the final hours of the General Assembly to force a compromise, it would have weakened both bills. And instead, what we decided is we've got a $6 million forensic audit. And by the way, this is the kind of audit, Alex, that people go to the pokey over, because, I mean, it will be an in-depth forensic audit. And what we learn out of that audit ought to inform us on how to merge these two bills together. What the sticking point was the advisory board and how much authority should they have and who should have the authority. Once we get the forensic audit results back, that'll help Mark and I decide who needs to have that authority and how much authority they should be given.
Mark, as I listen to Brent here, you have some people in Memphis and Shelby County saying, wait a minute, maybe they were not planning to go all the way to the finish line with these bills anyway, and perhaps you just wanted this to be a wake-up call to say to Memphis Shelby County schools, get your act together. Was that the case or not?
No, we went all the way to the end, but sometimes whenever you have, two chambers, you got 33 senators, 99 House members, you want the best thing. We are focused totally on our K-12 education in the city of Memphis because it is not performing as it should be performing. So this may take a little longer than what we wanted, but yes, we're moving. We have the bills there alive and well. We just didn't want to close it out because there may be some things coming out of this forensic audit that's going to help us to say, hey, we want to put that in the bill too.
You've had some people here in Memphis and Shelby County also saying maybe one way to help the district is to consolidate some schools here in the area, but we know when we hear about that, a lot of people are very territorial in their neighborhoods and communities, and they'll say, don't touch it. What do you say?
Well, you're exactly right. I was on the city council for years, and some of the most difficult thing to do was to close high schools. But look, I believe the school board is incapable of making the closures that they need to make to streamline the operations and the facilities. I mean, we have $1 billion worth of maintenance needs on these facilities. I think they're incapable of making the decision of which schools to close. What we need is almost like a BRAC commission when they closed the military bases that the federal government went through about 25 years.
So you're saying incapable or incompetent? Which one do you say there?
I said both, incapable and incompetent, in case I wasn't clear. I think they're incapable and they're incompetent to make the decision necessary to improve student achievement.
And Mark, do you see it the same way? I mean, I know Brent's language is pretty tough for a lot of folks. What do you say to that?
Well, I really do. And as I said up in the General Assembly, this is not for me about any one school board, about any one school director. This has been going on for decades, and we're not improving. $1 billion worth of deferred maintenance and all these things. Yes, we do. I've got a meeting with Dr. Richmond this coming week, and I'm going to talk to him about we need to consolidate our schools. We need to make sure that the facilities are taken care of. No child should go to school with the ceiling tile falling down. Why is this continuing to happen?
Brent, I do have to ask you, some Senate Democrats call your version of the bill and the language that you use inappropriate, saying that Taylor's reference to the city of Memphis is known for three things: good barbecue, high crime rates, and a bad school system. Do you apologize for that?
Well, where am I wrong in that? I'm not wrong. I mean, we're known for really good barbecue. We're known for high crime. You just had on your program about a mass shooting overnight where 5 people were shot. Our schools are really bad. That's why Mark and I are here. Look, the the school system in Shelby County, as I've said before, ranks right up there with Jock Itch, and something needs to be done about the school system.
Now, the language, though, as you know, Brent, it will grab a person's attention, but does it go a little bit too far, though, as we are trying to work these things out?
Look, as my colleague, Senator Lamar said, she found my comments offensive. What is offensive, Alex, is 110,000 students trapped in a failing school system that the problem is decades old. It has been passed around from the city school system to the county school system, now the municipal school districts, and we're trying to fix it. This problem has been passed around more than a joint at a Willie Nelson concert, and it needs to stop, and we need to fix the problem.
So, Mark, can a change really be made here? Can the state really do the job and step up? Because a lot of people, as you've heard, both of you have heard the debate, well, the Achievement School District was a failure. What do you say to those?
Really, it wasn't. People say that. The state of Tennessee, these are priority schools, the bottom 5%. The state of Tennessee, over 15 years, invested $2 billion totally in that venture. And it was, I mean, why? The fact that we did that, we invest $2 billion every year in the Memphis Shelby County schools, and they're not performing. So if you want to call failure, it's a failure. But no, it was a success as far as the state tried to correct some things. And so we're going to continue to do that. We don't have any choice. We don't have any choice right now but to move forward and make sure it changes, because the future of Memphis, with the high crime rate and other things that we are experiencing right now, we have to have a strong educational system.
Mark, thank you very much. Brent, thank you. Come on back anytime. We will keep this conversation going.
Thank you for having me.
All right, good to see you both.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.